Alright guys, this is going to be part 3 of the video. This is where I stain it and I've done all that. So I've done that and it came out really cool, guys. I got a cool effect. Here's the runes I did into it. Oh, one's backwards. Wow. There we go. And then the other one's upside down. But it doesn't matter. I like the idea that it's darker around where the lacing's going to go. That way it's going to match my lacing. It's going to match up really nice. I think that's going to add a really nice effect to it. And then here, it's actually got an antique dye in it, which sits in and kind of highlights the cuts. I'm going to have to play around with the cutting, though, because it just made the lines. I want to make those lines really nice, and so you can see them from a distance where you don't just see the sheath and all that. And then the other idea I came up with is I wanted to add a stiffener, and that came out really cool because I thought with the stiffener to give that stiffness, and then I could pop some holes in there so the antique dyeing process comes out in the process, which it did. That came out awesome. I like that idea. So that's what the sheath would look like for there. And I think that's a cool idea with the dark over the top. And then that way I don't have to worry too much about the kind of tip and all that and getting that all stained up really nice. I think that'll make it look nice. I think it'll protect that sword a lot more in the tip, with the tip banging in this area, because that's going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 ounces. Right there is about 8 to 10 ounces. It comes out to be on here. Okay, zeroed. It's going to be, it's 3.2 millimeters. I don't have the page in front of me that tells me the actual ounces of that, but that adds a lot to that and that protection. It adds more. Poking the holes kind of lowers that protection, but it's going to be enough that I think that tip's going to be nice in there. It is a blunt tip, so that when you do stab, the person's wearing an armor that's going to protect it, like a practice armor, like a leather armor. You wouldn't want to wear leather against a real sword because a sword is designed to cut skin. And if you think about it, what is leather? It's skin. A sword is designed to cut that. So you wouldn't really want to wear that in combat, since the sword is made to cut that. But in practice with a dulled sword, it's just great. And then if you have a gambeson on underneath it, it'll protect you from the blow and the hit and all that. So that's how you'd really wear that. But that turned out awesome. So that's what it's going to look like. I haven't stained the side because what I'm going to do is once I glue this all up and then have that all together and it's glued up, then I'll stain this edge. I'm also going to round this edge. The reason why I'm going to do that is because the edge of the leather gets kind of stiff, and if I don't round it, this in the sheath moving back and forth against a sharper edge, it's going to put some wear on that I don't think I'm going to need, that I don't want. So I'm going to definitely do that. Then once it gets all glued together like I was showing before, so that's what I'll have. It'll be about that thick, which is a good thickness. Then it's going to come into this thickness. And I think for the regular edge, because I'm not going to be whacking it into things, that'll be a good protection. And then that much leather, that'll be definitely a good protection. I think it's going to look nice. Now, at the top of the sword, what I'm thinking for the design is I wanted to go with a rabbit fur. I can buy online, but the problem is I don't get to pick and choose which fur I want. So I'm going to have to be really careful when I buy that. Second of all, the other reason why I'm going to have to be careful when I buy that, and in the staining process, when you tan a rabbit fur, it's either pickled or it's a chrome tan. I don't think I've ever seen a veg tan rabbit hide. What that means is salt's been used and added to it. If it's pickled, a lot of the salt's been washed off, but that can help tarnish the edge. Now, it's a tarnished sword anyways, but that salt sitting right on that metal could be a bad thing. I think for looks though, and since that's just going to be a sheath, I think it'll be okay. I can also put a protection on the sword itself at the area where the rabbit fur is going to touch. And that'll be basically when it comes up and it gets to the top there, because it'll be sitting in, well, it'll be sitting more like this. It'll be sitting in there like that, and I think that rabbit fur coming in, and if I add stiffeners up to this area, that'll be really nice with the rabbit fur. The rabbit fur is going to come down about 6 inches. And then the straps from the frog will come and basically hug that rabbit fur and hold it on real tight. I think that's going to be a process that's going to make the sword really look nice. So it'll have the stiffener down here that's dark. I'm going to do the rest where it's like this. And then you're going to have the runic in there. I might do like the ampersand for D&D because I'm a huge D&D player. Been playing it since I was really young. I don't know exact age. I've been playing WoW. I've played it almost since beta, basically. When it was open beta, I played it. So I might have 2 in there of that. And then for runes, if you guys want to help out and throw out an idea for which rune I should use, should it be protection? Should I put my name in runic on the sheath? And stuff like that. Give some shout outs and ideas of what you want to see with that. And then at the very top, the last 6 inches, I want to do like a grayish rabbit fur, where it's got the grayish, kind of darkish gray with white mixed into it. I think that'll add another depth of color. And then with the frog on top of that, all that color, I think it's going to really stick out. It's going to highlight that sheath or scabbard. I think that's going to look really nice on the side. Now, for the scabbard, for the frog, it's just a simple design like that I'm going to have. That'll also be 4 to 5 ounce veg tan, and then I'm going to have 2 rings sitting on the top of it. I haven't really decided how I'm going to tie that in with a sword belt though, because I'll have my normal belt, the one that holds like the spore in. It'll hold any pouches or anything like that I want on there. Definitely like a cup holder or something like there. I do have a drinking horn, but it's a big drinking horn, so I'm going to probably add that into the backpack system that I'm going to have. So that's my ideas. That's my design so far. We'll see how this mock-up goes. I'm kind of excited to get further on it to really get that mock-up seen. So the next, it'll be all stitched together, glued up, and that'll be when I make my decision of whether that's the way to go or I need to add on and stuff like that. I also need to figure out how I'm going to put those runes in there. That's just basic swivel knife. And then I went with a tool and opened up the cut more on there, so it would really take in the brown from the antique staining and really give that an antique staining. But I think that looks cool. Obviously the weird staining on here is just because there was something weird with the leather there or something that really showed up. This one, it's a weird leather I got from Hobby Lobby. It wasn't high quality, but the price was high. Oof. It was about $15 a square foot. Tandy I get for a lot less. So I got all that going. I'm definitely going to make a video on my sheath that I made for my round knife. Just a quick little preview. Here it is. It's done. It's made. There is a design flaw in this though. Something I didn't think about. Something that when I make something for a customer later down the road, I will definitely remember never to do that. It was a big design flaw. It works just like it's supposed to. It hangs on to the knife. It protects the blade. But I'm going to make a separate video all on that design flaw just because I never even thought it. Didn't even see it coming a mile away until I went to put the knife in the sheath. Then it was blatantly obvious. It is definitely a flaw. And since I know about it, I'm going to definitely never do that again. And doing a separate video and all that will help me whenever I start doing work for a customer and I start actually getting paid, which it'd be nice. I've done a lot of work for people. I made a holster the other day, just beautiful, the best holster. If I wanted to sell that for $70, I could. That would have been an easy $70 sale at any gun store. That holster, the stitching was spot on. Everything was spot on. The edges were spot on. The only flaw I used the Thieves black. And I don't know what it is about that. I've had it happen twice now. I figured out how to make a really nice smooth dye job when I do it. I've been using these sponges and they work great. Big surface areas, you sponge out. It's nice. I had that black, just beautiful. I really love that holster. In fact, I kind of wished it was mine and not going to a customer, because that was definitely a $70 holster. I'm very proud of it. That was an awesome job. The only thing though is that black. I let it sit for 24 hours. And then when I went in to finish it up and put my finish on it and all that, there's areas where the black dye came out. And I dyed it again. And then the same thing happened. And you shouldn't have to dye 4 or 5 times. And even doing 4 or 5 times, it still looked the same. There was parts where it looked like the black dye had just rubbed right out of it. It's got to be something with that dye. I'm going to have, obviously I'm starting to get, this isn't black, this is actually dark brown. My black is almost gone. This is saddle tan. This is what I did the round knife holster on. So that's, I'm going to have to figure something out. They have an eco dye that I'm going to buy a 32 ounce bottle because that stuff goes quick. Wow, it's really cool. And then I was buying the 2.2 and the 4 ounce bottles, but that's $6 a shot for one of those. Where for $27, I can get a 32 ounce bottle. If that Echo Flow comes out better than the way that black came out from the Fiebing, it's Fiebing apostrophe S's black. Well worth buying 23 or 32 ounces. Really not happy with that. I don't. It's nothing I did though either. It's just really weird. It's got me puzzled. I've also changed the way I did a couple of things, so the lighting is going to be a lot better. It's more on me and stuff like that. Change the position of where I'm sitting and all that. So that's all cool. And I'm starting to ramble again, so we'll just cut this video. Like and subscribe to my videos. That helps me out immensely, guys. It really does. And have a great day. See you next week, I guess. Thanks. Bye.